Good morning, I'm Dallas Volatic.
And I'm Manto.
After our coverage of the unfortunate event that was DJ screaming at his TV screen while playing Sonic 06, we've gotten recent news of DJ turning his entire room into a prison.
Cells aren't always related to prisons, smart blueberry.
Oh, you mean the villain from Dragon Ball Z?
Wait, you're not sure that far off. Never thought.
Enough of that! We managed to get a one-man crew to enter DJ's room. Enter DJ!
Hello, this is reporter DJ here speaking. As I say, that since the temperatures are slowly declining, along with my mental sanity, I've come to inform, no, my room is not an actual cell. If it was, I'm pretty sure I would be on the government's watch list. However, my room can be compared to a cell. So, if we compare my room to a cell, I think that would be a better understanding for the science students who don't simply understand what a cell is like.
Hey, DJ here. Sorry for the sudden interruption. It has come to my attention while editing this that I did not tell about which cell I am doing. Currently, I am doing the animal cell. I hope you understand.
Let's first start off with the nucleus. Me can be considered a nucleus in its entirety. Why do I say that? I am the main control center of this very room. Without me, the room just simply stays there. No, nothing special about it. Further elaborate on this point, let's consider my brain to be the nucleolus. It is basically the one that controls the ribosomes. Without the nucleolus, the nucleus doesn't work. Therefore, it cannot make the proteins. Along with that, my clothing can be considered the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane protects the nucleus from, say, poisons. All that fancy. Without my clothes, I would be considered sick, and my body would not start working as it's supposed to. Basically, it's as simple as that. Now, the chromatin, that's interesting. Because the thing that can be considered chromatin in here would be the air. Now, why do I say the air? I didn't have any ideas for how to make the chromatin, but I think the air is the best example. Without air, my body can't work. You can say the chromatin is the DNA. Without the DNA, I do not know how to make protein, per se. If I was, indeed, a cell. I know, very big brain move. Now I bet you're wondering, did I come up with this on the spot? Anyways, let's move on. Now, we could consider the bed here to be the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It supplies the energy to make everything happen. Why do I say my bed is the mitochondria? Because it supplies me the energy to do anything. How does it do that exactly? Well, if I get sleep, that means I gain more energy by sleeping. So by sleeping here as the nucleus, I get energy. So the bed can be considered the mitochondria. Here we have the lysosome, or as I call it, the garbage bag. Why do I consider the garbage bag to be the lysosome? Well, the garbage bag would be considered the waste remover, since it's all placing it into there. Now, it's not completely similar to the lysosome. The lysosome does remove the trash from the cell, from disintegrating it, but I can consider to be the trash bag to be the lysosome because it's getting rid of all the trash in here. Yeah, I had no other idea how to compare it to the lysosome, so moving on.
Switching devices here because my iPad was running out of battery, we have the cell membrane, aka the door. Now, the door can be considered the cell membrane because it is able to detect stuff when it comes in or out, to say. So it can basically block off the bad stuff while letting the good stuff inside. Now we can consider the phone here to be the centriole. It's the one that organizes cell division when the nucleus can't do it on its own. Now, why is the centriole important, and why do I consider my phone to be the centriole? Well, because the centriole helps me divide my room into multiple parts. With those multiple parts, I can be able to divide the room a bit, and that's kind of similar to cell division. The way it relates to making proteins is that without cellular division, more proteins can't be made because there is no cells being reproduced. Without cells being reproduced, there can't be more proteins made. End of discussion there. Now this very floor right here can be considered the cytoplasm, because without the cytoplasm, the organelles are now not really all together. And if the organelles are not all together, they can't make proteins. The same thing could be said about the wall, which I would consider to be our cytoskeleton. The wall also holds everything together, along with the ribosomes. I'll get to that in a bit. But our little wall here can be considered a cytoskeleton, because it's the one that's holding everything together with the cytoplasm. Quite simple. Okay, so our little outlet right here, we'll go ahead and consider to be ribosomes, because they are producing proteins that power up our fans right here. I'll go ahead and discuss what each fan means here, but let's go ahead and talk about the plugins for each one. We'll consider this one smooth ER because the cord is smoother. This one will send out special enzymes, which what this fan will do, because, well, it's a fan. It sends out special enzymes for anybody to use on the go. Now, the big fan is different. This one we'll go ahead and consider to be the Golgi apparatus. This one sends out better air for anybody to breathe, and therefore we can aim it at our cell membrane right here. We aim at the cell membrane, there is this little crack right here that the air can go through to cause cold air. And that cold air could be considered our vesicles, because then it can be sent out by our door here. The door can either let the air go through via that small crack, or push it over to the side, over to, say, right here, which we'll maybe talk about that. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but for right now, we'll go ahead and consider this to be our Golgi apparatus, with this little rough cord right here being our rough ER. Why do we say that? Because this cord feels more rough than this one. This one feels kind of silky smooth. This one has dents, bumps, all that jazz. So once we turn this on, the vesicles are made and are sent out into this little crack right here, which can be considered the membrane. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of picking every single thing I have, but it's the best I can do. Then we have our vacuole right here. Vacuole could be considered a dresser because it stores the important stuff. Clothes, all that fun jazz. And without the vacuole, there would be too much going on in the cell that could possibly harm the nucleus. So, as a vacuole right here can store everything that is needed for creating proteins.
And so that is all that I can talk about with this animal cell replica that I could do. If you have any questions, you'll have to ask me about it. This is DJ signing out. I gotta go.
Alright, thanks for your time, DJ.
You didn't understand a single thing he said, did you?
All I heard was trash.
Make it entertaining next time, DJ.
Our next story is the one about DJ's drift into insanity after the interview in his room we had. We have guest star Epically Drawn Stickman trying to chat with him.
Hey, DJ, are you doing alright? Dallas is worrying about you.
Memory. It's just a burning memory.
Well, not my problem.
Just a burning